Hey, what's up? How you doing? So what we have here is a 2-pack of Superman and Knuckles. When I came across this at the store at Target, there were a bunch of Batman and Shadow 2-pack and a bunch of Cyborg and Tails 2-pack. But Superman, he is pretty scarce. Now, when it comes to Jakks Pacific's Superman, this is not their first rodeo. They have made Superman figures in the past, but they were larger scale Superman figures. They have made Brandon Routh Superman, they have made Henry Cavill Superman, and the comic version Superman, but they were all in like 30-inch scale. This is probably their fourth time making Superman figure, but this time it is much smaller. Without further ado, let's get them off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, now I got these two guys out of the packaging and it looks pretty cool. I love them together. Love it. And I love this Superman. I love this costume. It's just beautiful. So now I'm going to do a size comparison. When I saw it in person, I was actually surprised by how small it is. But I can't say I was surprised. I just had a feeling it would have been small. But I was surprised it was actually much smaller than I thought. So it's not that small, but we'll see in this size comparison. You'll see what I mean. As you can see here, the scale is like all over the place. Like we don't know. I don't know what kind of scale they're gonna go with, but yeah, it's something to think about when you look at that stuff. All made by Jakks Pacific recently in the last 2 or 3 years. Now I want to do some female figures. The one on the left is the Betty Big, and the one on the right is the Wonder Woman, superpower style Wonder Woman from McFarlane. So as you can see, Wonder Woman seems to scale pretty good with Superman. I would say it's not too bad. The one on the left is the first superpowers Superman action figure from McFarlane, and the one on the right is McFarlane's superpowers Lobo. And here we have two superpowers Superman action figures. The one on the left is made by McFarlane, and the one on the right is made by Kenners, the original one from 1984. And here we have Mapix Daredevil on the left and Mapix Nightwing on the right. So you can see Superman looks really small next to these two guys. And here we have 112 Collective action figures from Mezco. The left is Superman with a custom Superman outfit. And the one on the right is Spider-Man. And here we have two Marvel Legends action figures. The one on the left is the Gamerverse Captain America, and the one on the right is Gamerverse Black Cat. And here we have the McFarlane action figures, the DC Multiverse versions. The one on the left is Silver Age Superman, and the one on the right is the Flash. I forgot exactly what kind of Flash it is. It's the I think it was called Flashpoint Flash. I forgot, but yeah, it's the Flash. And it would have been nice. And I hope Jakks Pacific will make the Flash action figure. That'll be sweet. So I'm hoping they'll make that one. And here we have Crypto the Super Dog on the left from McFarlane. It came with a long hair Superman, the buff version, and the one on the right is the old Bugs Bunny toy from McDonald's. I think it's a McDonald's Happy Toy. So yeah. Now I want to do a quick comparison between this Superman figure and the old one. As you can see, it seems to be about the same height and proportion wise as this old Kenner Superman from the Superman Returns, or the Return of Superman, or whatever, Reign of Superman line. This guy scales pretty good with this. So it's going to scale like Superboy and Steel are going to scale really good with this guy. Just saying. So this is what Steel looks like next to Jakks Pacific Superman, and honestly, it's too small. I think the scale is completely way off. So I'm sorry, I'm wrong. This is way off. They're not the same scale at all. And another thing I want to bring up is the Superman the movie action figures. I just got this from today as well, but you can see the scale is completely different between the two. This is way smaller, this Lois Lane. It would have been cool to get her to scale with this guy, but you know, it's not happening. So it came from Spin Masters. So this is a Spin Master line, and it looks cool. I like it a lot. I'm leaving this inside the packaging because I love the packaging design here. The retro look of this, it's just awesome. So anyway, yeah, now you know it's not going to scale at all. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to do the articulation on these guys, but I'm going to start with Knuckles because he has the viewer's articulation. His head does move. His head does move left and right. You should have to hold it, but it does move. See, it can go all the way even. Not really all the way, but because of his little, what do you call them? Little spikes on his hair, on his head. So it's kind of restrictive, and they're kind of tough, you know, they're more rigid, so not exactly soft. So he looks up, not much. He looks down. Well, okay, now you know it's not a ball peg, so it's just a peg. So it just turns left and right. That's about it. I didn't hear any popping. Okay, it popped in. Okay. So it goes up and down, and then it goes up this far. It goes back about this far. This goes up, down, and goes up this far. And he moves back this far. Then yeah, that's it. And he has no torso articulation of any kind. It's just one piece. So yeah, not even a swivel. He does have a kick. He kicks up this far, kicks back this far, and then it does rotate around on a swivel. So that's nice. Yeah, that's about it. That's it. That's it for the articulation on this guy. Now, moving on to Superman. Superman, he looks up this far, which is really good for flying poses. You can get him to fly, as you can see. So that's nice. And then he looks down this far, which is not very good looking. Looks like he broke his neck. So it goes down like that. You can go even further, but you have to turn at an angle, you know, like that. But yeah, looks good. And then swivel on the head. This has a vertical hinge on the neck there. And it feels like, I mean, the neck should be moving too, but it's not moving at all. I try to move it, but it's just not moving, so it's practically there for no reason. Arms go up, rotate around, and then it does have bicep swivel at the upper arm, upper bicep, as you can see. And then it does have double jointed elbows. It goes about this far. And it has a swivel, as you can see, and a hinge. So it has a hinge and it goes that far and then this far, which is nice. It really hides the articulation cuts, as you can see. You move it and you can see it, but it really hides it really well. So I'm impressed. So yeah, there's that. And then arms go up about this far. They're really soft and flimsy. So yeah, I mean, it's, as you can see, it's really flimsy, kind of like Marvel Legends. It's really cheap plastic. So, and then the shoulders move. It kind of has a butterfly joint, but not really. Doesn't really move much in that area. And then the chest, I'm gonna move these up. The chest arches back this far, crunches forward this far. There's not much range. Side tilts, not bad. They're kind of alright. And it does have a swivel, full 360. And it does rotate at the waist too. As you can see, it does rotate here, but it doesn't move much. Yeah, it's not much movement there, but it does have a swivel. And then the legs close in together really good. As you can see, it closes in pretty good. Legs stay straight down, and it can go, it can, you know, close in together, touching the ankles a little bit, almost touching the ankles, but it looks good like that. So that looks cool. And then it does have a little bit of a split, not amazing or anything, but it's good enough. And it does have upper thigh swivel like a Marvel Legends, and it kicks up about this far, which is okay. Let me try the other side. I would say this one kicks up a little better. It kicks up about this far, and then it kicks back about this far, which is okay. Then double jointed knees, which looks pretty darn good there. Then it has a swivel, a boot cut swivel here, as you can see, but it's really jarring to look at. It's just a really stark cut right there. Yeah, it's not a good look, but you know. And then the feet go down this far, up this far, and it does have angle pivot. It has angle pivot. So there's that, and then that. It looks great. So he is pretty, I mean, he's actually really poseable for the scale. Probably, I mean, I'm impressed. This is coming from Jakks Pacific, right? Just keep that in mind. The same company that made some cartoon characters like Homer Simpson and, you know, a bunch of random other action figures. And this one is really poseable. So, yeah, that's nice. I forgot to bring up the fact that this guy has really weird articulation in the elbows. If you bend it and if you're not careful, if you don't pay attention, it snaps off very easily. Watch. See? And the reason why that is because this little flap of plastic is getting in the way, as you can see. Let me move. Look at this plastic right there. It's a very small piece of plastic that gets in the way. So I think it's a good idea to like cut that off a little bit. That's something I should be doing. And you can pop that on. It's not broken or anything. It's just gonna get in the way, and if you bend it, it's gonna pop it off very easily. And so, yeah, just letting you know that. So if you pop that off, it's not broken. You just gotta use the X-Acto knife and cut that off. Now I just cut off that little piece with the X-Acto knife, as you can see. So I'm gonna pop that on and see if it works this time. It does pop off a little bit, but be careful with that. So that, there you go. It bends, move, smooth. Yep. It still pops off. So that's as far as I can go. Keeps wanting to pop off for some reason. Interesting. There's this, and there's that. So I would still be careful, but definitely trim that out. Is much better, so you can bend it better. So yeah. Okay, I want to go over Sculpt Paint. I have this guy, and it is Knuckles. It does look nice. I like it. You can see the belt is the same belt that the Superman action figure has, which is that look, which is the new 52 belt. I love this belt. The design is just perfect. And then there's the S shield, which is really, really, really clean, really crisp. And looking how tiny it is, like that's something you can put on your fingernail, you know, for women, you know, who paint on their fingernails, and they add that decal on there. That's what it looks like. It's so tiny. I mean, it's smaller than my pinky right there. It's just impressive. And then there's this, which is, let me take this head off. It is sculpted, dude. Sculpted S on this little cape. Is that cool? And it is smaller than my fingernail. My pinky fingernail. It's crazy. And then, as you can see, I have to make sure. You can see its head sculpt there. You can see glue residue. You can see glue residue on the face, which is a bummer. And yeah, I hate this thing. Look how dirty that is. Yeah, it's some kind of glue residue. I might be able to, you know, get that off with X-Acto knife or something like that. But I have to be careful. There's the glue on his mouth too, right there, this area. So that sucks. He's got gloves on. It's sculpted pretty good. Spikes on his gloves. And then the boots. As you can see, they even put the M-shaped thing on the top of the boots, which is kind of crazy detail. And then he's got a blue tail, as you can see, the blue tail. So yeah, that's it for this guy. He looks good. I love this thing. It's perfect. Now moving on to Superman. This Superman has a serious lat syndrome problem. I mean, I can't put his arms straight down. He keeps wanting to flare the arms out. So that sucks. They put the shoulders in too far into it, but it's fine. I love the blue color. I love the red. I love the yellow. It's all perfect. And the skin tone is alright. And you can see his head sculpt. That looks like Superman. That looks exactly like Superman, basically. So they did a good job on the head sculpt. And the eyes are really clean. As you can see. It's really clean. You know how impressive it is to put that much detail in those tiny, tiny little eyes. Let's look at McFarlane's DC Multiverse. And then look at this guy. Which is, the difference is crazy. Yeah, the quality looks much better on the McFarlane bigger, only because it's bigger. It's upscaled, so it's easier to get the details down, and it's sharper. This one is softer because it's so much smaller in scale. And so, yeah, but it looks really cool. I like that. The Superman head sculpt looks really good. And then there's the sculpted S on the back of the cape. It looks like there's a split down in the middle. It looks like he was sucking the cape into between his buttocks. And there's a belt here, as you can see. So I love this belt design. Perfect belt design for Superman. I'm so glad they made this into an action figure. I have been wanting one, so I got this one. The S shield is really, really clean. They did really good job with this. It's really clean. My biggest gripe is the border around all over the S, like the black border all over the S. I don't like it. Not a fan. And I wish the S shield is a little bigger, because it's a little too small on his chest. So yeah, and he's got fingers, and yeah, it's pretty impressive to me because of how small this guy is. He's got good muscle tone in the front. The muscles looks really good. He is very proportionate too. So yeah, they did a good job on this. The boots, I don't like the cut on the boots. I mean, I don't mind when it comes to the upper thighs, but this is much worse. Like, this is, like, they can literally hide that and use, you know what I mean? Like one of those. This is a good example. This is a perfect example. You can see he has a swivel inside the boot. So he has a swivel inside like that. See? So there's this swivel is hidden by the boots over it, right? So you're not gonna see it. And it's just like way down there. And just, all it does is just a swivel. That's something they should have done with this Superman right here. It needs to be, I mean, imagine seeing that cut right in the middle of Wolverine's boots. Everybody would have been pissed. They wouldn't like that. So you have to make sure it's just inside. So yeah. But other than that, it looks good. And I think the ankles are big. He's got some serious cankles going on. These are massive. What the heck? They put huge white numbers on the back of his boot. Really? They couldn't just put it right there on the bottom of the feet. They just put it right there on the back. That's annoying. So yeah, and it's got sculpted S on the back. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, it looks really nice. That looks beautiful, and it looks big too. So why couldn't they make something like this onto Superman's chest on the front? I don't understand. But anyway, the figure overall looks nice. I love the blue color. I think it looks good. It's not too bright like this. You know, this is good color too. I just prefer like slightly darker, like this color. This is a good color. So, yeah. Let's do some poses. Well, there you have it. That's it for the review. I think personally, for me, I think this is fun. I am very happy to have this action figure, the Superman action figure in my collection, because I love this outfit. This is like pretty much my favorite updated outfit. So, you know, the trunkless look, this is perfect. And I love Knuckles. I'm not ignoring the guy. I do like him. And, you know, it makes sense for him to wear the Superman costume because he uses emeralds of some sort, kind of like Superman using the crystals. And Knuckles, he flies, kind of like Superman with his fists up in the air like that. So he's kind of like Superman. So anyway, this 2-pack is not bad. I mean, I only paid $20 for this. So I am not really complaining too much about it. Also, this is Jakks Pacific's first attempt at a true action figure with the most articulation points possible. And they really did it. This is not perfect, of course, but it is a nice little niche of a 2-pack for Superman and Knuckles. And it's only $20. So, yeah. Alright, that's it. And thank you for watching. And hope this video helps you decide on whether or not you should get it. If you're new to this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. See you next time. Take care.